All right, so we're joined by Long Beach State women's water polo following a victory in the opening round of the 2026 Big West Women's Water Polo Championship. So, Coach Welch, pretty exciting match out there. If you can, please just start us off with the opening statement about that one.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of our plan coming in, and executing what we wanted to do on day one to set the tone for the weekend. Great first half. I think we were able to get a lot of different folks in there, and so it's obviously what we wanted to come out with a win and get a lot of playing time. So we're happy with the win and moving on to tomorrow.
Definitely love it. Now we'll open up the press conference to others. So if you can, please state your name and media outlet before asking your question.
Hi, it's going to be Timothy Hessen from the Long Beach Current. Congratulations, Coach, and Elisa on the win. Obviously, the Big West, one of the best water polo conferences in the nation. 6 teams ranked in the top 25, and the reward for being the number 2 seed is playing one of the 2 teams that aren't. And obviously, great win. Everybody got in, some playing time and whatnot. How important is it for you, everyone, to be kind of coming off of such a strong day, feeling confident, going to tomorrow, which is going to be a strong team, regardless whether whoever comes out on this last matchup?
Yeah, I mean, both CSUN and Davis are both strong teams, so we'll see this game and we'll know what that bracket looks like in the next 2 hours. But just looking forward to a good day tomorrow. Everything we've done up to this point has been preparation for these next 2 games, so we feel confident about that. And whichever team we match up with, we're ready to go. We've been there. We've seen all these teams throughout the season, so we're ready for them.
Matt from the 562.org. Elisa, you're a senior. You guys are finally here in Long Beach. It's your 4th year. You guys were back-to-back. Made it to the runner-up. Just talk about what it means for you to also be here in Long Beach, but also have it in your home field.
I feel very grateful. Like, my family came, all the internationals, like the parents are here, and I think that's been helping us a lot. Because usually they cannot come, so we only see the Americans. So I think it's pretty cool that they are here supporting us. And I think if you can see that on the girls, everyone's happy, everyone is excited. So I think it's very good.
Coach, obviously, being able to have it in your home field, how does that kind of add to what you guys are able to do? Preparing, obviously, you don't have to travel, so being able to kind of keep things a little bit simpler than what you would if you had to travel, Davis or Hawaii. Yeah. How is that for you? Have you guys kind of set that up, and how have you seen the team kind of, how has practice been?
Yeah, everything's been good. I mean, we're excited to be here in Long Beach and have our home crowd out and have all the parents out and families that have been able to make it. So it's just a different environment for us. Even though we're home, it's still a great crowd, and you still get that energy whether we're on the road or at home. So that's been wonderful. And, practice has been going well, and it's just great to be home. We're in our new pool and excited to showcase that and our great campus and just being here. So it's been pretty awesome.
Defensively, it was 8 steals in the first half, and then obviously Polina had a great first half, 4 saves. Obviously, for what you guys were doing defensively, they weren't really getting a ton of shots up, but when they were, obviously, Polina had a great first half and sat in the second. What did you see from your defensive effort against this Titan offense, and then how does that kind of project to how you feel going into the rest of this tournament?
Yeah, I think that's just part of what our team identity has been this season, is trying to just continue to strengthen our defense and our defensive mentality. As we all know, and it's cliche, but defense wins championships. So I think the team that plays the best defense is going to come out on top. So we're just going back and looking at any little things that we can clean up defensively that's going to make us stronger going through the weekend. So we're just continuing to work on that and make those fixes as we go.
Elisa, as has been alluded to, obviously, back-to-back years, runner-up to Hawaii. The last 2 tournaments, this time it's on, our home court here. For, the leadership on this team, obviously you're a senior. Lucy, despite being a transfer, also a senior. You guys in the first quarter combined for 4 points and 3 goals and assists. Obviously, and then you guys getting off to such a good start, got everybody involved. 3rd and 4th quarter, how important was it to come out, not have a slow start, have a second for them to get ramped up, just immediately be firing on all cylinders?
I mean, I think the first game sets the whole championship. So if you start strong, you have more confidence. Everyone can play, everyone is happy, and if everyone's happy, you're gonna have a better game. So that was our mentality, and I think we did it.
And then, Coach, obviously, wire to wire led, but in the 3rd quarter, heard you mentioning how Fullerton technically outscored 2-1.
Yeah.
Not your standard, and then obviously in the 4th quarter, took care of business, of
Yeah.
course. How did you feel about that kind of whole, obviously it's hard to, they say keep the foot on the gas, but it's a little bit harder
Yeah.
when you're up 13-1.
Well,
what was your thoughts?
Kudos to Fullerton for having a great third, and I think they came out and changed up a couple things, and they were still fighting. So, I just have so much respect for teams that don't quit, and they didn't quit. So they did a great job, and it forced us to kind of have to check ourselves back going into the fourth quarter, and we need that going into this weekend because we talk about this a lot, that you got to be able to put together 4 quarters. Game of water polo is long, and anything can happen, so you got to be able to string together 4 quarters, if not that, in overtime, as close to perfection as you can. So, that's our goal. And yeah, they did a great job in the third, and we had to make a couple adjustments going into the fourth. So, great job to Fullerton.
And then finally, obviously you've seen all these teams from Big West throughout the season, and of course, years past and whatnot. Later, we're going to see UC Davis, Cal State, Northridge. Good chance it's UCA Davis tomorrow, but obviously could be either way in this SAC conference. What do you kind of think of those matchups, and how this season your games against them kind of inform how you feel going into tomorrow?
Yeah, I think this is championship weekends. We just came out of March Madness. We were talking about that as a team, right? Like anything can happen. So teams show up and they got to be ready to play. So I think this matchup is going to be a great matchup. Obviously, Davis is favored to win, but and they had a great matchup against us, a great strong second half. So they've had some really good games this season. So we've got a lot of respect for them as an opponent, and we're ready to go and ready for either team that we match up with. But like I said, we'll figure that out in the next hour and a half here, and we'll go from there.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.